Well, the Pentagon budget alone is more than every other major agency in the federal government combined. And just one company, Lockheed Martin, gets $75 billion a year in Pentagon contracts, which is more than 1.5 times the State Department and the Agency for International Development combined. If you care about education, you care about environmental protection, you care about jobs, you care about housing, all those things are being squeezed. This huge Pentagon budget is not being driven by a careful consideration of what we need to protect us. It's being driven by Lockheed Martin and the top 5 contractors who put facilities in most states, many congressional districts, give tens of millions of dollars in campaign contributions, employ 700 lobbyists, more than one for every member of Congress. It's this kind of pork barrel politics and corporate influence that's the real driver of the budget. The biggest way to save money on the Pentagon and make us safer is to reduce the U.S. global footprint. We don't need 750 military bases overseas. We don't need 200,000 troops overseas. We don't need 13 aircraft carrier task forces patrolling the globe. Secondarily, we have an excessive nuclear arsenal, and that's just an invitation to a further arms race with Russia and China. The Pentagon strategy leading up till now, and likely the new one, is going to focus on great power competition. The United States already spends 3 times what China spends on its military, 10 times what Russia spends. But one thing we know for sure is threat inflation over China is going to be a huge moneymaker for the major weapons contractors. As it is now, we have a military-industrial policy that doesn't exist for any other sector of the economy. But if we had a policy of actually addressing the most urgent threats that we face, like climate change, like pandemics, like economic inequality, not only would we be serving people's needs and making us more secure, but there'd be more jobs. We need a whole shift in how we organize government spending, how we organize our resources if we want to break through that constant cycle of military buildup. And the public needs to make a lot more noise about this. I think, in many respects, we're getting our pockets picked in the name of security when actually it's going to the CEOs of these companies and their bottom lines.